Hello, Facebook. I'll do it like this. I know you can't really see me, but I'm here with the Jenkins, Mr. John and Takiva Jenkins. And did I say it right?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure. All right. And we are here, and I was just going to do a quick interview with them to put a face with a name because they're first time home buyers and they are going through the process. And I want you to understand about it from someone who's in the middle of it. So not after it's done or before it starts, but someone who is in the middle. We're supposed to close May 22nd. So without further ado, I'll let them introduce themselves.
Ladies first.
I am Key Jenkins.
I am Jonathan Jenkins.
All right. And I got a few questions I'm going to ask you if you guys don't mind. So at first, I want to thank you for volunteering because sometimes it's not easy for people to talk about themselves, especially in something as complicated as the home buying process and everything that's going on. So thank you first and foremost. But if you don't mind me asking, what made you decide to stop renting and to decide to purchase a home?
What made me stop? I feel like when you're renting, you're throwing away money because you're never going to own it. You can be renting for 30 years and 30 years and it'll never be yours.
Okay. Good point. Anything to add to that, Miss Jenkins?
Yeah, I just set a goal in my mind of when I wanted to become a homeowner. So I felt like renting was just too much for me. I was ready to go ahead and have my own, meet my goal, and continue to move forward with other goals that I had. So purchasing my first home was the start.
Excellent. What were the first steps when you guys made that choice and decided that, okay, we want to purchase a home? What was one of the first steps or the first things that you guys did to get the ball rolling?
How we would go about doing it. Like, because there's so many different programs out there too for first time homeowners.
Mm-hmm. So how we found out about these programs, the initial step is just Googling first time home buyers things, and they give you a lot of information. And one of the first things we saw or found out was that there was information that you needed to know prior to the start. So even if you know in your mind, hey, I want to go ahead and start the process on getting my first home, there are a lot of steps that you need to take before beginning that. So we went to our first home buying seminar with Antonio, and that was the very, very beginning. So we learned everything we needed prior to actually starting the process. So that was the first thing that we did. And then we just did our own research from Google and then followed it up with what we learned in the home buying seminar, plus other articles, things that we just read. We just did a lot of reading before we started.
So you kind of did your own research and right. Got into it. Good. I mean, obviously that realtors are here and I'm here to help, but it's also good to take ownership of the process too. Because there's going to be things that come up, but then a lot of that, I always feel the more educated the home buyers are, the smoother the process is going to be. Okay. How long have you guys been in the process? I know we set to close May 22nd, but how long has this process been for you guys?
Process from start to finish, or start to where we are now, or just?
We'll start to where you are now. So from the moment you decided I want to purchase a home and started the ball rolling, getting things, how long has that process been?
Okay, so it's been a little bit longer of a process for us because once we did that research and learned what was necessary in the home buying process, we had to do a little work on our own. So we started in like 2018.
Okay.
And we realized there was some work we needed to do before we started, credit-wise, and things of that nature. And then once we found out about the program for first-time homeowners with NACA, we started that 2019. So after that, it's been like, a year and a half?
Okay.
Maybe about a year and a half to where we are now.
And that's with NACA, but before you went there, you guys started working on some things that you felt you needed to do before you took some steps.
Prior to NACA, it was about 6 months before we got with NACA that we were working on our own stuff that we learned about that we needed to fix before even starting the process.
Good. And that is a realistic, that is a realistic time frame. And that's what I try to encourage people to. If you want to buy next year, we should have conversations now, so you can get prepared. It's not like buying a car where you can show up on Saturday, leave with that car.
Right.
There's a lot of things you want to do to prepare yourself for it. So, that is a realistic time frame. My next question would be, what advice would you give to anyone that is sitting at home that wants to buy but may not know where to start? You kind of already answered this. May not know where to start or what to do. What advice would you give to someone who is currently renting but they want to buy?
I would say do your research, and the main thing you got to remember is you got to what's the word I'm looking for? Patience. You got to have patience. If you don't have patience, I guarantee you're gonna mess something up. Unless you're a perfect person, and no one's perfect. Patience is the key.
Right. I feel like that research that you do on your own is definitely going to help you in the process, but you have to do your own due diligence prior to starting, because even if you start the process and you go in with this person, you can't just take everything for what that person says, whether it be a realtor, whoever it is. You have to know for yourself. So it's kind of like insurance for yourself. So I knew things prior to you saying it. So when you say it's like confirming what I already know. So if you tell me something that's crazy that it didn't go with anything that I've read or researched or anything like that, then I know, okay, this is not the right person I'm talking with, or this is not the right program for me, or what have you. So you gotta do your own things first. And some things that a realtor tells you, or whoever it is that you're working with, they're gonna tell you a list of things that you have to do or that you need, but it will help the process a whole lot more for you if you do those things prior to. So fixing your credit or getting things removed, whatever you have to do, whether that's saving more money, any of those steps that you learn doing your own research will help you, because it'll make things a lot faster once you start, because it won't be, I got to get this, or I have to wait for 3 months to do this, that, and the third. You have everything ready, it helps the process. It still may take you a while, but if you have these things already, it's more of a, you need this, I got it. You need this, I got it. And then it helps that process go faster.
And I can second that, because Ms. Jenkins is on it. If you need something, boom, within 30 minutes to an hour, if not sooner, she is, here you go. Here's this pay stub. Here's this, anything. She is well organized and together, and that makes it go smooth. So what advice would you give to someone who thinks that they cannot buy a house?
Sky's the limit. You can do anything you put your mind to.
Anything
Preach, brother.
Anything is possible. You just have to, what's the word? You have to be realistic. You have to be realistic when it comes to this. Like you said, it's not something you can do in one day or even within a couple of hours. You have to be realistic with yourself. You know whatever you've done or not done prior to the start. So if you know you have things already that things that are going to stop you or prolong the process, get it taken care of. You will be able to do it once you get those things handled. Once you start doing what you need to do, that feeling of I can't, it will start to diminish. And you'll be like, okay, I'm closer. Then you get that goal, you already know, I can do this. It's just going to take work. Your own work. You have to do your own stuff first. You cannot depend on someone else to do your job for you. You establish this credit or whatever other things you have going on, so you have to be the first person to get rid of it, to fix those things. So you got to start, and then you'll be able to say, I can do this. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's there.
That's right.
You got to keep in mind, it's not always going to work on your first try. So you may have 2 or 3 times when you fail.
Have hiccups. Not necessarily fail, but
hiccups.
Something that didn't go your way.
Challenges, yep.
Right, different challenges that come up. You gotta stay encouraged. It's stressful. It's sometimes like you feel like that's it, I can't do it, but you can. You just gotta keep going and have a good support system too. Antonio has been perfect for us, and of course we rely on one another. Even if you're a single parent or what have you, just have a support team. You don't want to tell everyone all your business because you never know what's going to happen, but when you start to lose your mind a little bit, you need someone to calm you down and say, hey, It's okay.
Yes.
You got this. Because the frustration is real when you're doing this. With all the challenges that pop up, but you can do it. You can handle it.
So speaking of challenges, what are some challenges, if you don't mind sharing? Not all of them, as much as you feel comfortable. What are some challenges that you guys have faced during the process?
The going to different houses and looking at them. We see a house we like, okay, we gonna say, let's put an offer in. Then 10 minutes later, somebody done got it that fast. So, yes.
Some things are just not going to be in your control.
Yes.
So that was one of our things. Once we got to the point of being able to look for a home, there's a lot of people doing the same thing that we're trying to do in the same budget, the same area. So that was one of the biggest challenges that we had. We couldn't find a house. Once we got everything together, we couldn't find one. Another challenge that we had, definitely, pick a good realtor. Pick a good realtor. We did switch realtors. We're not with the initial realtor that we had. Antonio, we did go to a home buying seminar with him in the beginning before we started the process, but we did not use him immediately from the beginning. We took the information and we learned about NACA, and I made the decision to choose an in-house realtor with him, and it did not work as smoothly as we wanted. So the communication and everything that was going on with that realtor, we just found out they weren't for us. And I remembered Antonio, and I remembered his work ethic and how he was, great communication, and he answered all of my questions. And that was before we even decided to name him our realtor. So I knew he was a better choice. So I switched over to Antonio, which was the best thing we could have ever done. So that was one of the bigger challenges that we had outside of finding a house, as well as paperwork. Certain paperwork that you need, like I said before about turning those things in. Some things are going to be out of your control. You can't force someone to move on the time when you want to move. So again, that patience comes in there, but that was a little bit of a challenge for me, waiting for somebody else to do something for me. So those were, I think, the biggest three things that we had.
Well, despite those challenges, what did you use to, and thank you for that. I appreciate all those kind words. I'll pay you later. But despite all those challenges, what did you use or what did you focus on so that you didn't give up, so that you didn't get too discouraged and that you could keep moving forward towards your goal? What kept you kind of grounded and focused?
For me, I would say my wife and kids. Because I want better for all of us. I want to have a place where we can call home. And that kept me focused. Plus, she stayed on me.
I'm a very goal-oriented person, so this being one of my goals, I felt like that was one of the things that kept me kind of headstrong. Of course, as well, husband and kids, man. You know what you want. You know the things that you feel like is necessary for you in your life. And I wanted more for them. I wanted better for them. Even if they weren't here, I feel like I would have still wanted it, but they give you that extra drive. So it's like, it's frustrating, but I'm going to do it because it's what they want. It's what they need. It fits us better. It's just a better situation. So keep reminding yourself of those things. Then it'll be easier for you to stay focused. All right, I got to do this for them or for my mom, whoever it is. But for us, it's the kids mainly.
Excellent. Well, thank you, guys. Any other words of advice you'd like to give or say? I believe that was pretty thorough. I appreciate you taking the time to kind of, let us into your life and in this process and what's been going on. If you don't mind, I'd like to do one when we're closing so people can kind of see during the process and then when you get those keys, But anything else you'd like to say before we stop this interview?
I would encourage you to have a file, folder, whatever you know that you can keep all your documentation, everything that's important to you that you know that you're going to need for this house buying process. Keep everything together. There's nothing like when you need something and you got something over here, you got something at the house, you got something at work. Have everything that you're going to need, any kind of important documentation that needs to be turned in. Keep all of your stuff together. Your receipts, everything, anything, any kind of paperwork. Keep everything together because you never know when someone is going to need it. They may lose a copy, they may fax it to the wrong number, whatever it is, anything can happen. So documentation is perfect. And then of course, if something goes wrong, you can refer back to it and say, hey, this is what this is.
Right.
So I would think keeping all that information together in one spot where you know to go for it, that is a good thing.
Okay.
Organization.
Patience. Organization and patience. Those are two things I think you ought to remember and hold on to.
All right. This is coming from someone who is in the middle of the grind right now. So thank you so much for once again letting me ask you these questions and being a part. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. And we will see you on May 22nd when it's closing time.